Hello students, welcome to the video series of Microeconomics, and in today's video we will be discussing about demand. So Adam Smith is the father of economics. He gave the wealth definition. He wrote a very famous book, and that is An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of the Wealth of Nations. Another economist, Alfred Marshall, gave the welfare definition. It is the man and his ordinary behavior in life which is the primary objective of economic study. And finally, Robbins gave the scarcity definition. According to Robbins, everything in the world is in scarce amount, nothing is in plenty. So therefore, we study economics. So, what do you mean by microeconomics? Microeconomics is that branch of economics which studies economic decisions made by individual household, individual consumer. The important problem of any economy is the problem of efficient allocation of the scarce resources and equitable distribution of the generated income. So now let us look to the meaning of demand. Demand is when a person wants to have something and which is backed by the ability to pay for the good. In this context, we can even discuss the difference between wish, want, and demand. So wish is when a person thinks of something and wants to have it but lacks money to pay for it. Want means when a person desires to have something and has ability to pay but is actually not willing to pay for it at a particular price and time. And finally, demand means when a person wants to have something and has the ability to pay and is willing to pay for it at a particular price and time. So now let us see what is a demand function. A demand function, it shows the functional relationship between demand for a commodity and its determinants. So in the figure or in the equation that has been given, you can see dx, that's demand for commodity x, depends on various determinants like px, py, yt, pn and e. The above mentioned items are all the determinants. Now let us see what is the law of demand. All the other things remaining constant, there is an inverse relationship between price of a commodity and its demand. So all other commodities remaining constant means py, yt, pn, e, everything is constant. Only px is changing and accordingly dx is changing. So demand schedule is the tabular representation, whereas demand curve is the graphical representation. So why does the demand curve slope downward? As there is an inverse relationship between demand and price, the demand curve slopes downward. Now, what does the law of diminishing marginal utility say? The law of DMU was given by Marshall. As a consumer consumes successive units of a commodity, the marginal utility he derives from each additional unit keeps on declining. Suppose say you wanted to have ice cream. You went to the ice cream shop and had the first bite of ice cream. Like the marginal utility you get from the first bite is 10. From the second bite, it comes down to 9 and then to 8 from the third bite. So therefore, what is this? This is your marginal utility is diminishing as you consume successive units of a commodity. So here you can see the demand curve, that's the graphical representation. In the x-axis, you measure the quantity, and in the y-axis, you measure the price. So there, when the price increases from PB to PA, let's say PB is 5 rupees and PA is 10 rupees. So when the price increases from PB to PA, your quantity demanded decreases from QB to QA. So in the curve you can see there's an inverse relationship between price and quantity, because of which the demand curve is downward sloping. And now you can see the tabular representation of demand, that's the demand schedule. And in the schedule, the price is decreasing from 5, 4, 3, so on, whereas the quantity demanded is increasing with the decrease in the price. So this also proves our theory of the law of demand, which says that there is an inverse relationship between demand and price. Thank you.